Hi everyone, and welcome to your quick chest opening yoga session. It's going to be about 20 minutes in total. I understand at the moment the weather in UK is a little bit grim, to say the least. And often what happens when you're feeling a bit cold or you just want to bunker down a little bit is that you close off the upper body and we hunch over in an attempt to try and keep ourselves warm and safe. So it's going to be quite a grounded session today. It's going to be about 20 minutes, as I said. So you can add it to any other workout that you're doing at the end, or just do it in isolation by yourself. Okay, so, or by itself, should I say. So we're going to start off with our heads at the top of the mat and our feet down at the bottom. So just relaxing back, palms are turning up towards the ceiling. So just giving the bum a little wiggle, lifting and replacing the shoulders, turning the palms, as I said, up towards the ceiling, trying to keep that nice openness through the chest and shoulders. Taking a deep breath in, right the way down to the bases of the lungs, and as you exhale, really drawing the belly button in and the pelvic muscles. Squeezing the air right at the bases of the lungs. And keep taking those deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose, this yogic breath. Just notice how your body's feeling in this moment of grounding. If you've got any areas of tension that you specifically want to work on. And just noticing what's going on in your mind. So just for the next 20 minutes or so, you're just thinking, or trying not to think of anything in particular. Let the thoughts come and let them go. Taking a deep breath in, you're going to reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, bring them behind you to the floor, softening off through the elbows and just lifting the shoulders off. Just check in. You're not reaching or creating any tension through those shoulders. Notice how the fronts of the shoulders and the chest is feeling, if you've got any areas of tightness. Notice how the hands rest on the floor. And just checking in with the lower back, so making sure that you're closing that gap between the lower back and the mat beneath you. And taking a deep breath in, reaching the arms all the way up towards the ceiling again. And as you exhale, replacing them down on the floor beneath, on the floor. Take a bend through the knees, soles of the feet connect to the mat. Just bringing the heels a little bit closer towards the bum. Press the hands down firmly. Take a deep breath in. We're going to come up into a gentle bridge pose. So pressing down with the big toes, the soles of the feet, lifting up through the hips, squeezing the bum. Now just watch that your legs aren't dropping out to the side. Okay, you want to make sure that the whole foot is pressing down. Imagine you're squeezing a block between the knees and they're being drawn towards the bottom of the mat. Deep breaths in here. We're activating the posterior chain and opening up the front of the body. When you're ready, just gently releasing down. Slowly and steadily, and then bringing the knees in towards the chest, catching hold of the shins or the backs of the thighs and taking a little rock from side to side. So we're just going to warm up the joints a little bit. I want you to hold on to that right knee and extend the left leg away from you. Toes are turning up on both feet. Drawing the belly button in. Keeping the head, neck, jaw, shoulders nice and relaxed. When you're ready, if you want to, you can extend that right leg up towards the ceiling. The toes are turned down towards the face. Holding on to the backs of the thigh. Bring the chest through, lengthening through both of the legs. Remember, if you find this hard to reach up, you're straining, okay, then use a scarf or a strap or a band of some sort to catch hold of instead, so your shoulders stay relaxed. Bringing that right knee in towards the chest now. You're going to have the left knee in as well, and then change sides. So right leg is nice and long, hands to the shins on that left leg, hugging it in towards your chest. When you're ready, if you want to, extend that left leg up towards the ceiling, toes are turned down towards the face, holding on to the backs of the thigh. Using a strap or a scarf if you need to. Feeling that length through the back of the leg. Good. Now when you're ready, just gently taking a bend through that knee. Hug both knees in towards the chest and take a little rock from side to side. And now your feet are going to come down to the mat and you're going to prop yourself up onto your elbows. So your elbows are underneath the shoulders and your palms are facing down. So we're going to think about drawing the chest through. So if, like me, you're a little bit tight through the fronts of the shoulders, you're probably going to feel that there. If you've been doing some upper body work or what have you, that's where you may feel it. So I don't want you to drop the head back, keep the chin tucked in, draw the chest through. Taking a couple of deep breaths in here. Good. Now you're going to come up onto the hands. The hands are underneath the shoulder this time. You might want to scoot the bum a little bit further back. And from here then you're going to rotate the shoulders, externally rotate them. So your chest is almost puffing out. Draw the chest up towards the ceiling. Spine is nice and long. Pressing down with the thumbs and the forefinger. Making sure you've got good connection through the whole of that hand. Now, if you're not feeling it here, it's not enough for you. You can press down with the soles of the feet. You can come all the way into a reverse tabletop here. So pushing up through the hips, drawing the knees as in as you can. Okay, squeeze the bum. Again, avoid, if you will, dropping the head back. You can take the gaze up towards the ceiling, keep the chin tucked in. And when you're ready, just gently releasing through. Okay. And then from here, just coming forward, I want you to take a cross-legged posture, easy seated pose. Good. So, take a deep breath in, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling and soften through the shoulders. Left hand now comes to that right knee. Gently taking a twist around to your right hand side. Send the gaze over the shoulder if it's comfortable. Keep the spine nice and long. Remember, if you feel that your lower back is kind of sinking a little bit, then roll the mat up behind you or use a bolster or cushion just to prop your tailbone up. When you're ready, inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, right hand comes to that left knee, gently twisting around now. Send the gaze over to your right side. That would be your left side. I was just checking that you're paying attention. When you're ready, inhale. Bringing the hands up, and as you exhale, we're going to bring the hands to the floor in front of you and creep them forward, gently leading with the chest. Send a gaze towards the hands. And then very slowly, pressing up through the hands. Okay, you're going to interlace the fingers now behind the back. Or if I just quickly turn around, you're going to place the hands lower part of the back, so sacral area. Draw the chest through. Okay, keep the spine nice and long. You can interlace the fingers and just use that as a nice stretch through the chest. Good. And now if you want to, and you have the availability to do a forward fold here, please do take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you want to lead with the chest coming forward and then bringing the arms overhead. But if you've got any problems with shoulders, then you may feel you want to keep the hands into the lower back. And gently replacing the hands into the small of the back and rolling back up through the spine. Okay, we're going to come into a tabletop position here. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. So just watch here, you've got the spine in a neutral position. So you don't want to be lazy through the abdominals. Okay, so draw the belly button in. Fingertips are spread nice and widely. Okay, pressing with the knuckles and the heel of the hand. We're going to take a few rounds of cat and cow. So take a deep breath in, flick the tailbone up, lengthen through the front of the body. And as you exhale, draw the belly button in, rounding through the spine. Send the gaze towards the thighs. Two more. Inhale. Good. And exhale, drawing the belly button in, rounding through the spine, gaze to the thighs. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, draw the belly button in, gaze to the thighs. Now ease back into child's pose. Rest the head down on the mat. Soften through the shoulders. And when you're ready, you're going to come back up into a tabletop position. And we're going to take a posture, thread the needle. So you're opening the backs of the shoulders here. Take a deep breath in here. Sweep the right hand all the way up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale then, the right hand is going to come underneath the left. The right ear comes down to the mat. And just holding it here, draw the tailbone back. If you want to, you can wrap that left arm around the back. And tuck the fingers in between the thigh and the hip. When you're ready, left hand comes down towards the mat. Right arm lifts and lengthens up towards the ceiling. And exhale, the right hand back down towards the mat. We're coming into the left side now. So take a deep breath in here. Left arm reaches all the way up. And then reaches underneath the right arm, left ear comes down, and then right hand reaches all the way around the back if it's comfortable for you, tucking those fingertips in between the hip and the thigh. And when you're ready, bringing that right arm back alongside you. Left arm is released and lengthens up and then back down towards the floor. Good. Okay, so from here you're going to take the right toes up towards the ceiling. Keep the spine nice and long and don't let that left hand get lazy. Now your right foot is going to come between the hands at the front. And you're going to take a deep breath in to lengthen through the upper body, so chest forward, and opening up this left hip flexor as well. As you exhale then, we're just going to tap into the hamstring a little bit, toes turn up towards the face. Feel the length down that right leg. Inhale, left hip opens. Exhale, right toes up towards the face. One more time. Inhale, lengthen through the chest. From here, I want you to interlace the fingers, draw the chest forward. Exhale, hands come down, lengthen through that right leg. Good. And then when you're ready, I want you to place that right foot back down onto the mat. Taking it over to the left side. So left toes coming up towards the ceiling. We can keep the spine neutral here or lengthen through the front of the body. So there's a little bit of extension through the lower back. Take a deep breath in. And when you're ready, exhale. Left toes in between the hands at the front. Good. And then from here, you're going to inhale to lengthen through the front of the body. Really important that your knee doesn't go behind the toes here. You can always see your toes. Exhale, left toes come back. Sorry, left hip comes back, toes towards the face. Inhale one more time without the clasp of the hands. Exhale, back. Good. One more now with the clasp of the hands. Inhale, lengthen through the front of the body. Interlace the fingers, draw the chest through, send the gaze slightly upwards. Exhale, hands come down, lengthen through the back of that left leg. And then when you're ready, hands come down either side of the foot and step that leg back, knee down, child's pose. Ease the bum back, reach the hands forward, rest the head down. When you're ready, then you're going to come back up into a tabletop position. And then just ease your bum back onto your heels. So you're in a sort of semi-kneeling. Now, if you have got problems with your knees, then you may want to avoid doing this. You might prefer to just sit here or have your feet in front of you. Okay, you've got to listen to your body. So from here, you're thinking about keeping the spine nice and long. And you're going to take the hands behind you, so the fingertips pointing forward, but they're directly underneath the shoulders. From here, the same as you did in the beginning, in a cross-leg position, you're drawing the chest upwards, rotating through, so the external rotation through the shoulders. So you should feel this in the biceps as well. Now, if you feel that this is okay, it's comfortable for you, you can squeeze the bum and lift up through the chest. So you get a little bit of a gap or distance between the heels and the bum. You're also opening up the hip flexors and strengthening the glutes. When you're ready, then gently releasing that down and just come back up, realign the spine, slide the hands along the mat, counter pose, rest the head down. Good. Now slowly coming back up. Now, you can choose to take the same posture again, or we can progress a little bit, and we're coming up here onto our knees. Now, if you've got problems with your lower back, you might just want to be mindful about how far back you go, or how much you push yourself, okay? So obviously yoga is not about forcing yourself into anything. It's about just moving within a posture that makes you feel comfortable. I use the term comfortable loosely when it comes to the lower back because obviously we don't tend to throw ourselves backwards as much as we throw ourselves forwards. Okay, so you tuck the toes if this is a new posture for you. Okay, lengthen through the front of the body, tuck the tailbone under. So you're squeezing the bum to push the hips forward. Okay, now you can either hands come into the small of the back and you can almost, you're drawing the heels through as if you're pushing the hips through. But it's really important at the same time that you squeeze the bum, okay, because that's going to help support everything, support the lower back. So you might be here. Personally, I would rather the head doesn't get thrown back. It comes from years of nursing, and I don't like when the head goes too far back. You know, so the emphasis for me in this particular posture is increasing the length through the front of the body, activating those glutes, drawing the chest forward and the shoulders back, and keeping that alignment through the spine. So if naturally your head comes up because you're coming further back, that's fine. Okay, chin tucks in, gaze slightly upwards. If you feel comfortable here, you may then wish to progress. So then take your gaze to the right foot, right hand comes to the heel. And from here, you're still squeezing that bum forward, but the left arm reaches up. Okay, and you're looking to try and draw the chest open. Now, if this is comfortable for you, you can bring the toes down. Okay, which you drop back a couple more inches, lifting and lengthening, opening that chest. Good. Now, from wherever you are, you need to think about as if someone's got a belt around your hips here and they're pulling you forward. Make sure that you're breathing too. From wherever you are, just slowly now coming up and ease down. Deep breath in here and slide the hands along the mat. Just allow the back to settle in. Normally it will complain a little bit if you're not used to doing any backwards bends. Good. And now very slowly coming back up, because we're going to do it on the other side. Yoga's about balance. We have to make sure that we do everything in balance. So, your options are to keep the hands into the heel of the hand, keep the toes tucked, draw the chest upwards, okay, leaning back, squeeze the bum. Or gaze to the left foot, take hold of the left heel, right arm reaches up, or untuck the toes, squeezing forward with the hips, lengthening through that right arm, trying to encourage the chest to open upwards. Good. Squeeze that bum, lengthen through the front of the body and breathe. When you're ready, from wherever you are, coming back up, slowly lowering down, bringing yourselves back into a steady, slow child's pose, resting the head down, feeling that lower back, easing out. And when you're ready, just slowly now coming back up into a tabletop position. I just want you to take a little bit of release here. So you're going to flick the tailbone up, lengthen through the front of the body, and exhale. Drawing the belly button in, send the gaze towards the thighs. So that should feel really nice now in that lower back. Inhale. And exhale. And one more inhale. Back into that tabletop position. You're just going to now creep the hands away from you. So tuck the toes, creep the hands away from you. Okay, and coming into this sort of modified puppy dog, if you like. So the forehead can come down to the mat if it's comfortable, or you can creep the hands away a little bit more, looking to gaze forward, bum is in the air, chest is down to the mat. You can lift the elbows if you want to. Bring the hands into TPs. Breathe. So wherever you are, you must be able to breathe. When you're ready, slowly coming up. Untuck the toes. And then you're just going to lay yourself down on your fronts, coming into reverse Shavasana. So rest the head on the hands, close the eyes, wiggle the bum, the hips, and take some steady breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Good, now from here, your hands are going to come to the outside edge of the mat with the fingers pointing outwards, okay? Now if you've got problems with your lower back, you're going to want to keep this fairly low, as in where I am now, okay? So you're looking forward, You're drawing the hips into the mat, soften off the bum, and length is through the front of the body. If your lower backs are comfortable with coming up a little bit higher, you want to think about then pressing down with the corners of the mat, and then gently lifting up, drawing the shoulders away. That's it. So keep breathing. Nice, and exhale slowly down towards the mat. Rest the head on your hands again. Take a couple of steadying breaths. Now, when you're ready, you're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders and the elbows are tucked in. Okay, so you're going to come up into Cobra Pose or Baby Cobra. Elbows are underneath the shoulders in Baby Cobra and the gaze is forward. Or elbows are tucked in and you're pressing up through the upper body, gaze forward, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. So if you find that you're here, then you want to think about lengthening a little bit, drawing the shoulders back. Keep breathing. Good, and then when you're ready, slowly releasing back down. Just allowing the body to settle for a couple more breaths. Rest the head onto the mat. When you're ready then, just gently bringing the hands back under the shoulders. You're going to tuck the toes and then slowly coming back up into tabletop. And then coming into a seated position. So crossing those legs again for me. Take a deep breath in here, reach the arms all the way up, soften through the shoulders. And then you're going to slide those hands away again. And just allow that lower back to ease out in the opposite direction, so in a forward fold. When you're ready then, just pressing up through the hands. And then you're going to just bring the feet in front of you and hold on to the knees. And then you're going to rock back into Shavasana, so knees to chest pose. So rocking it back, hugging those knees in towards the chest. Take a little rock from side to side. Now bring the feet down to the mat and take the mat width apart. Palms can turn up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are nice and soft. Take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, drop the knees over to the right side. Feel that opening on the left hip. And then send the gaze over the left shoulder. When you're ready then, knees are coming through the centre. Drop them over to the left side. And gaze over the right shoulder. And then bring the knees back into the centre and then extend the legs away from you. And you're coming into that Shavasana now. So soften off the back of the body, lifting the shoulders away, scooting them away from the ears. Palms are turned up, soften the head and the jawline. Relaxing the face, closing the eyes. ready then, take a wiggle of the fingers, wiggle of the toes. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms up and overhead behind you. Nice long stretch, bring the toes. And bringing those knees in towards the chest. Take a little rock from side to side. And then when you're ready, just slowly finding your way into a seated position. When you're ready, taking a deep breath in, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. And namaste, yogis. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the session. If you want to do a live class, a live online class, head to escafit.co.uk or have a little scoot through YouTube and see what else there is there on offer for you to enjoy, be it yoga, bodyweight exercise. So yeah, have a great day, whatever you're doing, and I hope you feel nice and stretched and open-hearted now after this session. Thank you and goodbye.